That office smelled like the struggle, bro. Everybody's just fucking over there. Cheap fucking suits.
Cheap suits, bro.
Like JCPenney suits, rundown sneakers.
From knocking on doors in motherfucking rain and snow. We're in
liquid sunshine, baby.
Liquid sunshine. We're in dress shoes in the snow, in the fucking rain, knocking on doors, bro.
So the guy that gave me that watch, his name was Alexander Cavano. How the video. He's like, yeah, so this is one of my favorite cigar podcasts, and it's fucking Eric and you.
No.
I'm like, get the proud of both of you guys, man.
Appreciate
you guys are doing
bro.
a lot of big
Hey, man,
things.
we're growing together, bro.
We're growing together. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down Podcast. In the studio, we have a good friend of mine, a good friend of the podcast, my friend Kito Mizo.
What's happening, boys? Good to be here.
CEO, and watchmaker of Alexander Cavano. What we're rocking right now,
Yes, sir.
my friend. Welcome. Long time coming, my dude.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I know we've been trying to get this situated for a while, so I'm really excited to be here. Happy to be with you guys.
We're excited you're here. We're excited we got the whole watch set here.
Yep.
We're excited we're wearing the watches.
Dude, I get so many compliments on
Really?
this watch. I get so many compliments. I've been looking forward to for this episode because I want to tell you about some of the stories of how people think it's a Rolly, and I'm like, yeah, that's right.
I love that.
I'm like, take a look at this, baby.
I'll start with my story. We did a poker event.
A little bit closer to you.
We did
Yo, finish lighting before
we did a poker event. I haven't told.
We'll be back after these brief messages. There we go. Now we can bring it in closer to you. If you like to lean back, you can just bring it all the way back. You can bring it all the way back to you if you want. If you're more of a lean back, I'm more of a lean forward guy, but
yeah. So we did this poker event last week, and they were giving away some sick prizes: an accurate lease, a Rolex,
An accurate, wow.
an accurate lease. Yeah, pretty
Holy
nuts.
shit.
So the guys that run it came out and showed us the Rolex, and we were like, "Oh shit!" Blah, blah. I was like, "Yo, let me see that real quick. Let me borrow that." And he's just like, "Well, by the way, your watch looks. I don't think you need that watch." And I was like, "Yeah, you may be right."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, that's a pretty good comparison."
That's a big variance in price.
Oh yeah.
I had a.
They don't know that though.
They don't know.
I have so everybody thinks that this is the Rolex Daytona, the blackface Daytona, the rose gold. And I have a couple of buddies of mine that actually went to one of the events that we were at, not the poker event, but the event before. But we go to dinner with these guys all the time, and they're big watch guys. Yep. And so I was telling them, like, listen, you got to check out my buddy. He's got a watch company. You'd love it. And so I said, all right, well, we're going to have dinner. And I was talking to my wife. I said, over under 3 minutes before they comment, because that whole side they were all big watch guys.
Yep.
So I'm like,
they were eyeing it out.
I'm like, over on a 3. Soon as I sat down, I looked down. They were like, "What's that?"
They're peeking.
They were peeking. And they go, Justin, what are you wearing tonight? I was like, you like that, right? They go, is that what I think? I was just like, I'm like, this is my. Like, what do you think it is? He goes, is that the Rolly? I said, listen, it's my buddy. He just started a watch brand. I was like, you got to check it out. I was like, check out this watch, and they were like, yo, that's sick.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love to hear that. To
like,
be
that's
associated
a sick
with
watch.
a brand like Rolex, who's been in the game for so many years, and just the price variance, and I mean that just shows.
It's a beautiful watch, bro.
And I was and I was
beautiful.
like, I told you off before we recorded. I said, listen, for somebody who just came out with their own watch brand to be in the same sentence as Rolex,
that's amazing.
it's a pretty big. And these guys know watches, and they were like, listen, like that's a sick watch.
And that's not even my target audience, to be honest with you. Like Rolex, you're looking retail cost $12,000 minimum, right?
Yeah. Minimum. This one is like 50.
The 50.
The Rolex version
Rolex
of this is like
version.
50,000. Yeah.
And there's that version in Rolex with a rainbow bezel. It has all these crazy gemstones. That's minimum $250,000.
Yeah.
$250,000 minimum. This hasn't even came out yet, actually.
That's right. That's right.
So I base all my collections based off of cities. So I tend to travel a lot while I'm trying to get into retail locations across the world and the country. I was in Italy. So this collection is actually called the Positano collection. I was in Positano.
Really?
Yeah. So so if you look in the back, it says Positano and it says 5-year anniversary. So that's actually my 5-year anniversary watch that I designed while I was in Italy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
That's sick.
I base all my designs based off of the cities that I'm at.
I have been wearing this for how long, and I have never noticed that.
Yeah, so I try to get some inspiration while traveling. And my first collection it was in Barcelona. That's probably my most memorable one, which is the area that I was in was called Catalonia. So that's that city, but that was the Amalfi Coast, and designed a couple watches.
Where was this one designed, or where was the inspiration for this one?
Take it off the back and see where it is.
This one is the Manhattan collection.
Manhattan.
Yeah, so
it says it like in the circle.
Yeah, it should say it in the circle, but it might
Oh,
say
designed in New York.
Hey. Reference 1091. I'm gonna start putting the location, like the altitude. I think that's kind of cool.
I like how this is like the battery only works when it's active.
So that actually has no battery.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so it's just
the mechanics of it.
It's an automatic mover. Yeah,
automatic mover.
Does this one have a battery?
This one has a battery because that one is a chronograph mover.
Oh, so this one has because I can do the.
So yeah, you can do the stopwatch.
There you
go. It's got the flyback movement in that one.
So how'd you get started in this?
So
the basic question everyone asks on the podcast.
I know you probably get asked.
How'd you get started?
Okay, so let's ask that, because not everybody has a watch.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me tell the people that are watching and listening the backstory between.
Let's
how we know each other.
Let's bring it all the way back,
because Kito and I have known each other for almost 10 years.
10 years, man.
Right. Yeah. So my first job out of college was with an original company called Accelerated Marketing.
Wow, I forgot the name to me. Accelerated Marketing.
Accelerated
Solutions, right?
Solutions.
Dude, it had a AMS, Accelerated Marketing Solutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, right off the rip, I don't want to hear the story.
Eric,
just because of the name.
Wait, it gets even better. Tell them about the interviewing process, like walking
man. Yeah. So I'm friends with and I'm friends with still two guys from this whole job, Kito and one of my friends, Pat, who Kito's friends with as well. Yeah. And so it's in Deer Park. It's in like an industrial park right by the train station. And I'm 22 years old, and this is like, one of my very first like
fresh meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on. So I walk into this office, and I see a big sign, Accelerated Marketing Solutions. And all I hear is, it's like a little reception office, and then I just hear boom, 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 boom,
crazy house music just
behind the wall.
What is going on?
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? So I'm like waiting to get interviewed, and I get interviewed by this young guy suited up.
Who was it? Was it Drew?
Yeah, it was Drew. And Drew Maltz, crazy throwback,
sharp guy though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, this guy's young guy, and like he must be my age.
Yeah.
And we interview this and that, and then another guy comes out and takes like 4 or 5 of us out at the same time. Like we're all interviewing at the same time, and we walk outside, and it's December. So we leave the office, we walk down, and he started telling us about like direct and indirect marketing and this and that, and then we sit at a deli table outside. Like it's a deli, and they have like outdoor seating.
In the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter,
yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going along with it. And this is the same time my friend Pat, we're interviewing at the same time. And whatever, we're doing an interview. I'm like, okay, whatever's going on. Still don't really understand what we're doing.
They're super, super fucking vague, bro. You have like no idea.
And now you're just, all you're thinking is pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
that's all I'd be
thinking. I wasn't even there yet.
I'd be like network marketing, pyramid scheme.
I was so young. I didn't
house
even
music, ran all a bunch of young guys. I'm thinking network marketing. Where's the excess?
So we get back, and like 15 minutes after we get back in, I come in the room, and he's like, "Congratulations, man, you got the job." And I was like, "Sick." I was like, "Great."
Did you even interview?
Yeah, I interviewed with like 4 or 5 different people.
Did you know that you were gonna go in there full commission at that point or no?
No.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that was super deceiving.
So that said, you got the job. Congratulate. Come back on Monday, and come with a suit and sneakers. And I was like, sneakers with my suit? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna go door knocking. And I was like, oh, like
I thought this was marketing.
I thought we were doing marketing. He goes, yeah, this is direct marketing. I'm like, okay. And come back. I come into the office Monday in a suit and sneakers. I go behind and it's 15, 20 dudes
practicing pitch, cheap fucking suits,
bro.
Like JCPenney suits, rundown sneakers, rundown fucking shoes.
Kito was the only.
Where's that from? Cheat suits. That's Rush Hour, right?
Oh,
How cheap? Cheat suit comes out.
Kito was one of the only guys that was actually sharply dressed. But
remember the sock check that we used to do? We used to go around doing a fucking sock check, bro. Because people will come in, fucking decked out in a suit, but they wear like fucking Nike white socks,
white ankle socks,
white sock check.
Yeah, so Eric used to actually do the sock check. Remember?
Always do
this fucking sock.
So you got to make sure that they got like a decent
pair.
Put
of
on
socks.
a pair of dress socks, black or some.
So people wearing like ankle socks,
white, like fucking Nike
ankle socks.
Come on,
bro.
dude.
I'll pull up. Why we continue to talk? I'll pull up a video.
I hate this guy's got the archives.
First off, you don't ever. Well, I don't know why. I'm just a big. You don't wear sneakers with a suit. Okay, just like you don't wear an Apple Watch.
All right, so now you open up my alley.
Okay, so I'm like firm against it. My best friend wears it all the time, and I'm just like, dude, no,
it's such
come
a
on.
killer.
But he's in New York City, and I know that's what they do. But I'm like, you're just ruining the outfit.
Get the whoop.
You're ruining the outfit.
Yeah.
Man.
So for a male, somebody that's doing well and is on his way up, for you to wear a Apple Watch with a suit is such a
dude, you ruin it.
You're ruining it.
Absolutely
I have nothing
ruin
against
it.
People always ask me, hey, the Apple Watches are taking over the market share. I tell them Apple Watches is a great opportunity for me and everybody else in the watch game because it's the gateway drug. I can't even tell you how many people that own the Apple Watch and then started getting into watches. So for me, I have no beef with Apple Watches. I love them. But the moment you start rocking it with a suit, it's like, come on.
You can't.
I mean, if you're the IT guy, then you're good to go. But a majority of the people just switch it up for a nice watch.
It's almost like I think it's like a cardinal sin where almost like wearing a black belt with brown shoes or vice versa.
Yeah, I've seen people pull that off,
but I'm like, just match. It's a tiny little thing. Like, okay, it might work, but if you match it, it takes it to the next level.
Yeah, for a male, I feel like. Again, like you just mentioned, there's so many there's little things that we wear as individuals that we don't have too many accessories. I think every man should have a good watch, a necklace, a bracelet, and that's really all you need.
And it doesn't need to, like, I'm wearing literally a leather bracelet that I got from Aldo, but it's a little.
I'm all for the bracelets.
It's a little thing, man.
Accessories.
It's a little thing, and you know what? I would say that a guy needs to have. Just like when it comes to suits, right? If you're building your wardrobe, right, you start with 2 suits.
Yep.
Right? You get a black suit. You always need a black suit.
Black suit, navy or gray.
And then get either a navy, a gray, or like a you can go with a tan, but that's more of like a summer thing. But when you start,
that's the starting point.
That's the starting point, right? But if you get a black and a gray, you get those 2 suits. You have essentially 4 suits.
Yep.
Because you can wear black on black, gray on gray, black on gray, gray on black.
The combination.
Okay, and then go ahead and get yourself a white shirt.
Yep.
Get yourself a black shirt. Get yourself like another color that you like. Maybe it's a blue shirt, gray shirt, whatever. And you can mix and match. When it comes to watches, I think you should get 2 watches. You get your everyday casual watch, and then you get a dress watch.
Yeah.
And that's it. And and you're set, man. And you're set. But so many people just
miss
it.
Yeah, if you're a leather guy, go with a leather band. If you're a metal bracelet, go with a metal bracelet. But I totally agree with you. You should definitely. There's a time and place where you can separate your Apple Watch from your regular watch. But
to go back to the original story, Kito always dressed.
Oh yeah, you were looking up. We went on a tangent because you were looking up.
I know it's here somewhere.
Did you find it or not?
Don't find any old pictures of me.
No. Kito always dressed nice, so I always would hang around him because he was cool. Always dressed. Dressed a nice. Because there was a lot of wackos there.
There was a ton of wackos.
There's a video I have of me pointing out a kid. I think it was Kadeem, and he was wearing.
Shout out to Kadeem.
If you listen to this, bro, and he's wearing these ankle socks. I was like, "Yo, get over here!" And I was like, "Look at this sock game weak, bro, weak." But dude, we used to do shit like this. We used to challenge people, right?
Oh, did he ever tell you about the challenges,
bro? Kito always used to win on Friday. So every Friday, you tell people.
Man, all right. So I was decent at sales.
Yeah,
we did pretty well, right?
Yeah, we did.
Eric was pretty good too, but I would always it was Friday challenge day, right? And I would just challenge the entire office. Whoever wants it would get it. We used to do tie drags, pies to the face,
bro. Slap people with fish.
Oh, fish! Remember? Did you ever Do you ever see the one with the cow fucking tongue?
So wait, what was the challenge? Like
whoever got more sales at the end of the day.
Dude,
and then
you go out, you knock on doors, and whoever came back with more sales.
Let me
won.
break down the day for you. So you would start, bro, because we worked Monday through Saturday, like fucking crazy hours. So you start the day off. You go into the office at what, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think it was 8:30. We had a morning meeting. It's just fucking hungry.
Rah. Bullshit.
That office smelled like the struggle, bro. Everybody's just fucking over there.
Smelt like the struggle.
It was just cheap JC Penney suits. Everybody's practicing their pitch. You know, you're teaching guys that are just got hired, and then they give this fucking bullshit morning meeting that gets everybody riled up and ready to go.
You got to be your own boss. You got to pay for your own insurance.
Pipe dreams.
You're a boss when you pay for your own insurance.
Yeah, remember when we asked for insurance? What's good with insurance? They're
like Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Bro, this is what they're telling you?
Yeah, they would spin any negative, literally.
Bro, the guys running the office were our age. They were 23, 24-year-olds.
Man, that's a dang pyramid scheme.
I don't know how we got
I don't know about that, man.
We were young, so full disclosure, we were pretty young.
it was like a third party networking, so third party marketing company. So how it worked was whoever ran the office. It was definitely like that.
It's the multi-level marketing.
Multi-level marketing. So you run the office, right?
Yeah.
You get a percentage of everyone's fucking
network marketing,
bro.
Yeah, they get a percentage, and then you build a team, you train the team. Oh, you know what the fucked up part is? Oh, this fucking pissed me off. Now that I look back,
I know what we're gonna say.
Oh my god. So you train, you build a team. Like you got to hit a certain amount of sales during the week, and I think you got to hit like 7.
You had to get like 7 sales in a week to get to the next level. To be a leader, and that means that you're starting to interview your own people.
Yeah, and then once you start interviewing your own people and you're building a team, that person, you got to train that person, and he's got to come with you, and it's a full commission job. So that person that's training with you, I have to pay him out of my commission check his training fucking check. Do you remember that?
I refuse to do it. I would never. I was like, I'm not giving him money. I'm like,
you never did it?
No,
I must have been the sucker that fucking paid. I was paying. This guy was like, yo, there was a fucking smelly ass dude that we had to like. Remember him? Bro. I'm not gonna mention his name just in case he smokes cigars. But this guy was so fucking smelly, bro. One of my coworkers just had enough because we would jump in these cars. I had a fucking nice car at the time too. I had the Beamer. Yeah, you had the Acura. Remember the Acura?
06 Acura. All right, baby.
And we would ride to these various towns. So you get like
you got Excel spreadsheets.
Leads. Yeah, of leads.
You go like, all right, today you're going to Lindenhurst, and you get a neighborhood in Lindenhurst. 123 Main Street, 1234 Main Street, 1235 Main Street, and has a person's name. And you fucking walk around like they give you a whole lap system. You have to figure out how you're gonna go around the bro.
It was intense, but
it taught me a lot about sales. It taught me
because you got 30 seconds to like impress this person. So when I used to pull up to a house and I'm like, fuck man, I gotta do this shit. I would look at any type of item that I can find common ground in, and I have 30 seconds to impress that person. Otherwise, he's slamming the door right in my face.
Yeah.
So it allowed you to be very quick on your feet. Your communication skills is through the roof after 2 to 3 months in that business.
Bro, because of that job, still this day, I still walk. I'll go to Queens, I'll go to Brooklyn, and I'll just find a couple blocks, and I'll just walk around and drop off business cards.
Yeah.
And people are like, the older guys are like, dude, that's the shit. That's how you get fucking business. Younger guys are like,
they got no clue.
They're like, what do you do?
Snow, rain, no matter what, we were fucking.
Yeah, they got no clue.
Yeah, so we would grab lunch at this deli where we always fucking grab food. And then we would hit
Wendy's.
Or Wendy's. Smells like the struggle.
Smells like the struggle. Dude.
That's a great saying.
That's a great saying.
Remember I got a watch. I got that Yode watch, and I said Sinatra lifestyle. I'm just being frank with you. Yeah, I got that from Kito.
Yeah, really? That was our bar right there.
That's a sick quote too.
What is that? 6 a.m. in New York, I think. Drake.
Sinatra lifestyle. I'm just being frank.
Drake.
Yeah, we're big Sinatra fans too.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
We go to the gym together in the morning.
Yeah, we
work out
the
together.
sauna.
So you have this freaking. That's so funny because I was in a network marketing thing too, and it's like, dude, it's exactly the
same. Was it Amway?
Yes, it was.
They try to get me in the gym too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Spark up a genuine conversation with you.
And I was and I'll be honest with you. Because I think your parents were in it too. There's certain things that like things. There's certain things in your life that are meant to be in your life forever, and then are meant to be in your life for a season or two, teach you something, and then leave. Right?
Absolutely, man.
And when I was in the Amway business, there's no knock on the Amway guys. Okay, like I've seen. Some of them.
Yeah, I can't knock any of these guys.
Like, listen,
people feed their family.
All right, like listen, if that's the way you do it, that's the way you do it. I didn't like the business aspect of it. I didn't like how the business was run.
By the way, thanks Kito for the.
That's right,
Hibiki whiskey,
man. Absolutely.
So I didn't like the way that like the business was run, but what I did like was they taught you all about the positive mental attitude, right? Affirmations, writing down your goals, journaling every single day, we can relate to being grateful, right? And then kind of like how to connect with people, and reading every day, and all these practices, right? Yeah, so I took that from the business, kept that, and left the business because I didn't like the way the business operated. But that was what it was meant to teach me, right? So nothing against them, but I was in the same thing where it's like, all right, you got to move on up, and then you make money off the people. And one of the things like, oh, well, you got to spend X amount of money a month, and I'm like, I can't spend that much money. I got rent and other bills. True. I can't spend $1,500 a month on product for you. Well, you got to do that. You got to hit your number.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because regardless, we look back at it and it's like, how the fuck did we do that? But we did learn a shit ton of like
principles,
great values, communication skills, how to break down your day, how to break down, okay, I presented to 5 people, this is my closing rate. So
the numbers game,
the sales numbers game. And then the morning meetings, I said bullshit earlier, but they were cool.
Some of them were cool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you learn some stuff from it,
but some of them
move on.
Cheers, my boy. I'm glad you're still here.
I'll give you the. Sorry, fellas. I can't be drinking today. I'm on antibiotics. We'll save that story for another episode. But
long story short, Kito and I we did it. I mean, I did it for about 2 years. Kito was a little bit longer than me.
I can't believe it. Yeah. I had a big ass team, and I was fed that fucking. I had the carrot dangled in front of my face.
Bro, we all do, right? You all do. When I looked at it, you guys are like, "Hey, listen, you want to earn 6 figures in a month? Well, guess what? You just got to get 50 people."
What my thing was I look at the guy who runs the office. I go, "Yo, I'm better looking than him. I can dress better than him. I have a better personality than him." I'm like, I'm better than this guy. How can I? If he runs this shit, I can fucking do this shit.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. They dangle the little carrot.
Yeah,
there's some.
You know what got me once? That they told me I had to shave. And I was just like,
oh, they were telling me that. And I said, that's so funny, man.
I said, why?
It's got to be the same.
And they said, listen, because they had like the things on stage, you got to go on stage and you have to like talk about it and then motivate and come up with a speech and be motivational, blah, blah, blah. And they said, listen, if you ever want to have a team and get on stage, you have to be clean shaven.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I have to be clean shaven? And they said, oh, well, no, it's just like a thing. I said, but didn't you specifically tell me that we don't judge anybody? It doesn't matter who you are. Anybody can do this business. So why do I have to look a certain way?
Did they bring up all the presidents and Steve Jobs? And
they brought up the whole thing. I'm like, why?
I'm not going into politics.
At the end of the day, we learned a lot of good principles, morals. It gave us that entrepreneurship clearly, because I have my own podcast, my own cigar company. Kito now has his own, for the last few years, his own watch company.
Full circle moment too. We sell the same product in the same location.
Bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
Crazy? You know what's funny too is
it's so crazy.
The Amway guys talk about coming full circle. The guy who recruited me called me the other day and he's like, "Hey man, I'm doing an outing and I saw that you have a cigar down. I wanted to know if I can get some of your cigars for our outing." And I was like, "Well, looky what we have here."
That's funny. That's too funny.
But turns out his the head guy said, "No, we can't have any cigars." Really? I remember going to backyard.
Not my type of guy.
Tiny story. No. I remember going to one of these backyards where they had we're gonna do a backyard outing. We're gonna have people banging. And we're gonna talk about the business and how we can grow. And I'm like, all right, cool. Backyard Saturday. We can have burgers and dogs. I'm like, can we bring some beer? And he goes, no, we're not. We can't. We're not drinking in this. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? We're not drinking. It's a backyard a barbecue in the middle of July. I'm bringing a case of beer. No, we're not. There's no drinking here. I'm like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm out.
Adios.
But anyway, so let's
so that whole story. So that's how Kito and I know each other.
That's why
we're half an hour in. We haven't even talked about the watches.
If it wasn't for that job, we wouldn't be here today.
No, I agree. I talk about it so much to this day because it taught me a lot.
It's a big part of our lives, I would say.
I'm glad it created a good friendship between Kito and I.
Absolutely.
So now tell us about Alexander Cavano. Okay, so how did you start a watch company? I have no fucking idea how you.
And I didn't want to pass over what Kito said. we full circle. We started our own 2 separate businesses, and we ended up being in the same shop together in Matador and
Brooklyn. Yep.
Because we sell the blueprints there, and they sell Alexander Cavano watches there. Fucking bizarre.
It's nuts.
And now we're on a podcast.
Now we're on a podcast.
Now we're on a podcast.
So let's hear the story.
So let's hear the story.
Yeah, so it's an interesting story. So in high school, I was known for 2 things. So the watch guy and I always smell good. You'll smell me.
I was gonna say you did smell good.
Thank you. That's one thing I'm working on right now too.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my cologne.
You're wearing your cologne.
Yeah. So this is a new venture that I'm doing. It's taken me about a year and a half to complete.
I want some. I want some. Yeah.
I'll definitely hook you guys up too. But yeah, in high school I was known for watches and cologne, amongst other things. That's for another podcast.
That's for the Pillow Talk podcast.
Yeah. For the OnlyFans channel.
Yeah. So growing up, my grandfather had the store, and one of the guys that would always come in, he was a big watch guy, and just one day, I guess he just happened to come in. He's like, "Hey man, your wrist is bare." Took the watch off of his wrist and gave me that watch. It was a Swatch, I believe, at the time. It's a Swiss made company, affordable watch. Gave it to me. And then, probably like 22 years later, me and my brother in Barcelona, we got dinner reservations. We're running pretty late. And I looked down on my watch. We're like, yo, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here, dinner reservations. And then it just hit me right there because it was the same watch that he gave me. I was wearing. I'm like, at the time I worked at Bank of America in Merrill Lynch, and I fucking hated my job. It was like a desk job. Financial shit. It was just I didn't enjoy it that much. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start a watch company. So on the flight back to New York, I asked my brother, I'm like, hey, I think I'm gonna start a watch company. You want to join me? He was like, a watch company? How the fuck are you gonna do that?
You're like, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it.
I was like, I have no clue.
Such a typical brother response.
Yeah,
what, bro? How the fuck are you gonna do that, dude?
Yeah. So I was literally looking out the window, and I saw just so many homes and so many houses. I'm like, this is just a small plot of Barcelona. The opportunities. I'm only limited to this Bank of America in Melville at the time, or whatever the town was. I'm like, there's so much more opportunity worldwide. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna figure this out. If you're in, let me know now. If not, I'm gonna figure it out on my own.
Yeah, like one way or another, it's happening.
Yeah, he's out. He's like, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do it. So I went back. At the time, I was working in Merrick at the branch, and I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? So I started designing the logo, and then from designing the logo, I used to design the watches on a piece of paper. So like these 2 first watches right here, I designed it on a piece of paper, and then I sent it to manufacturers. I can't even tell you how many manufacturers.
I was gonna say, how did you start Googling them?
Started Googling shit. There was so the first company that I reached out to was in Switzerland, and just to get a meeting with them and to create a sample, it was $35,000.
Just to get a meeting.
Just to get a meeting and set a sample. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
You're like, bruh,
you gotta be out of the way.
So I found some manufacturers in Japan. Japan is also known for making really good watches. So the movements in my watches are Seiko movements. I do have some Swiss movements as well, but it's way more expensive. To be honest with you, not my target market. But anyway, I started designing the watches, sending it to manufacturers. They would send me the watches. I would get a ton of bullshit in the beginning, and I would spend that money. So I was losing money. I was running fucking pretty low on funds at the time.
I mean, they were sending you bullshit.
So I would send them the design, and I would come back and I would get like this crappy like made watch, and I'm like, I can't.
That you paid for.
That I paid for, and it's a sample. They make it custom. So one thing I learned in the watch business is genuine leather is not like the best leather. That's like your basic common leather. So I'm like, you guys got to send me a better leather. And then I started learning about top grade Italian leather.
Because I heard that like genuine leather is not actually leather.
It's like the lowest
It's
form.
like the lowest quality
you got
of
top
leather.
Your mic sounds weird.
Yeah, you
Does
got
it?
Yeah.
Got me.
Check.
It sounds like
What, it sounds very high?
It doesn't sound like bassy. It sounds like
Oh, you got that like the DJ.
we got the
Yeah, we got a whole thing over here.
ThinkPad. Wow.
Let me get a new mic.
I don't know. No, I mean I can hear you, but it doesn't sound like bassy.
Crispy.
Can you hear it in him, or is it just me? Like I think I sound.
You probably hear this more often than me.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can't be that distinctive.
Let Kito continue his convo while you do that.
All right, cool. So anyway, so I was so I would get all these samples and they would just come out like really like cheaply made. And then I scored this one guy. His name is Thomas. I'm sure that's not his name, but a manufacturer out in Japan. And I sent them 2 designs and they came out and they were mint. I'm like, yep, that's the one. Cashed out my 401k, left Bank of America.
Yeah.
Just went the whole full throttle, like fucking just went all out.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, created the design, started marketing it. And then I partnered up with somebody. So I got to be very careful when I speak about this. So somebody from a famous show that starts with, let's say, it rhymes with bark and bank.
Bark and bank. Oh, yeah.
Okay, you might get the idea from that. It's a famous entrepreneurial show. If that helps you
sure.
out. So anyway, they were gonna help me. They reached out to me. I don't know how they found me. So they reached out to me and they were like, let's partner up. We'll do the marketing for you. Long story short, sent them the money for the marketing. I guess they partnered up with another company that turned out to be a scamming company. And I was all out of that marketing money.
What?
So right off the bat, starting a business, a punch in the gut. I'm out of my marketing money. My 401k is pretty much done. I bought a bunch of inventory and I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna fucking market this? We wind up going to court with like 10, 15 other people. We settled it. FBI reached out to me. TMZ even reached out to me.
What?
Yeah, you can Google it if you picked up on the rhyme and word, but I got to be very careful because disclosures and shit. But,
Sure.
But yeah, so
that's crazy, bro. I had no idea.
Yeah, so now that happened. And then COVID hit.
What year is that? What year? 2019?
20. So I started 2017, 2018, around there. And then when I gave him the money, I think it was 2019. And then I was out on the money.
So the person who reached out to you, the company they were working with was the scamming people.
Yeah.
Not the
they didn't do their due diligence, but you kind of
had blind faith in them because
I'm like, these guys are on TV. I'm like, they probably do a shit ton of due diligence.
Yeah,
how about that? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually buttery smooth.
Yeah. Sometimes the mic, I don't know what happens, but so let me get this straight. So you cash out your 401k and you're like, I need the money to start making this, right? And then you go on to this.
They reach out to me
to this platform. It's called platform, but we all know which one it is.
Yep.
And you get some backing there.
Yep.
And then now you're trying to go into manufacturing all this stuff, and you mind up.
I had paid for the manufacturing already. They were going to help me market.
So this scam company was going to help you market it
for like a larger campaign where I can try to retrieve most of the inventory that I paid out of pocket for. And
so you cashed in your 401k. So the 401k plus the backing that you got from this platform, from this network.
I didn't get any backing. I just paid them for the marketing.
He was all in.
I was all in.
So wait, that platform, that the one that we can't say.
Yeah.
They hooked you up with a marketing.
They worked with a marketing company,
and that marketing company was a scam.
Yeah, but they worked very closely together. I went with that company because I'm like, all right, these guys are on TV. They worked together with this company.
So you're like, it's got to be good.
It's them, yeah. And they were like, my team and I, my team. So I'm like, okay, this is legit. And then,
so you gave them. So you had all this all this product, and you.
So I kept the product. I gave them the money for the marketing to market it.
And they scammed you.
Yeah, nothing. $0 went into marketing, and then fucking COVID hit. Obviously, you guys remember no one was leaving the house. Like the only shit that you were buying was probably fucking beer. You couldn't even get a haircut at the time.
Buying beer and groceries.
Yeah. Beer and groceries. That was the essentials. I'm like, oh man, what a perfect time to start a fashion watch accessory company, right? So
how long did it take you to settle out of court? Probably.
Court? I honestly winded up settling like last year.
Oh wow.
So it took a while.
Yeah.
So I said that money's long gone.
Yeah. So did you settle for like a good amount that
half the 75% of what I paid.
Of what you paid.
Yeah.
That's not
I got what I needed to get, but I mean, but it is what it is.
It was a loss, but yeah.
It was a loss, but like honestly, it makes me who I am today. Like the adversity that
you can write that off on your taxes. It's a loss. Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't for Accelerated Marketing Solutions, he'd probably be in a different place.
Okay, so you get this back. You're in COVID and you got all this product and you had at this time you didn't get the money back.
Dude,
so all this money's gone. You have all the product, and now you're sitting there like, all right, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, so nothing at all. So I started with Instagram, and Instagram was going through these algorithms and stuff. And so
they're still going through.
Yeah, it changes here and there. I mean, it's okay with when I do ads. I get a good amount of revenue with Instagram, but I'm a mostly e-commerce based company, but I decided to switch it and go the retail route. So I'll go to these every time I'm at the mall. I'll go to retail locations, pitching my product. And if they didn't want to buy up front, I tell them, okay, no problem. I'm going to leave you with 5 watches. I'll come back in a month and a half. I guarantee you that one of these watches are going to be sold. You pay.
And this is at a retail store?
So I'm in a bunch of retail locations. So I'm in pretty much every mall in Long Island, some in Manhattan.
Really? Are you in this Walt Whitman Mall?
Walt Whitman Mall. I'm in 2 locations in Walt Whitman Mall, yeah.
Are you in the Tourneau in there?
No, that has to go corporate, and my watches, I got to be on the Rolex level to be in.
So are you in what? Are you in that?
Local kiosks, local like jewelry stores. I'm in there.
So you're in that local kiosk right next to Macy's?
Right next to Macy's. That's my top one of my top sellers. Yeah.
Really? I gotta go in there. I gotta be like, oh, I know that, but
yeah. You gotta go check out Joe.
No shit.
Roosevelt Field. I'm in 2 locations. I was just in Paris. We just locked down a deal in Paris.
No shit. So you're international now.
International, Portugal. So I got a influencer that he's based out of Porto, Portugal. The guy crushes it for me. Well, he just posts pictures, and I just get a ton of sales out of it.
Crazy.
So yeah, shout out to Ruben.
So you just go to these retailers and say, hey, listen,
every time I'm
going to give you 5 watches.
Sometimes they buy.
Okay.
They just buy them up front. If they don't, that's like my
I'm going to give these to you for free.
Give it to you for free on consignment. This is your wholesale price. Obviously, since I'm giving it to you on consignment, it's going to be not a lot more expensive, but more expensive than if you buy it at a wholesale price.
Right. And then I'm going to come back, and whatever you sold, I'm going to take the ones that you have.
Pay as you go.
Yeah.
And it always worked like a charm. I did the same thing with Davidoff. I go to Matador Cigars a lot. I am the local guy in Massapequa, right? And Boris, the owner, was in Matador one day. I'm like, hey, I'm always here. Like, you should put my watches in Massapequa. He's like, Massapequa, I don't think there's a market for it. He's like, why don't you put it in Brooklyn? And I put it in Brooklyn, getting a good amount of sales there.
That's so sick. People just come in for a cigar and they see a watch. Like, you sell a watch? Like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I do that every time I travel. So I'm leaving to go to Dubai in a couple hours. I got that same whole setup in Dubai as well.
Sick.
So I do that everywhere. So in Paris, we're locked in Paris. I got a location in Brazil, Portugal.
And you've been to all these locations?
Yeah. I try to mix pleasure with business. So,
damn.
Yeah,
that's hot.
Canada is
That's hot. That's hot.
That's what I do.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah. So I guess it's door knocking, but B2B.
Yeah, baby. Come on, son.
In a way,
you're hustling. You're making it happen.
I am. All right. So hustling is that's my thing. I love to hustle. I feel nervous when I feel like I'm not doing enough sometimes. I guess it's just how I was raised, or just I just cannot stay stagnant.
Can't stop.
You gotta learn. Movement. Yeah. Gotta learn. I love learning from people. That's like one of my favorite things, man. I got a good group of friends around me. Let me shout out to all my friends, by the way, because they've been the biggest marketing team that I can ever ask for. My buddies, they're the fucking solid. I got a solid group of friends. I've been friends with the same group of friends since high school, and they've helped me down, man. They're my biggest supporters. That's
awesome.
Yeah, they promote my watches like it's theirs.
You need a network like that, man.
Yeah,
it says your network is your net worth, right?
Absolutely.
And
man.
I always heard that. What's that movie? It's actually Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift is where I first heard the quote where it says, show me who your friends are, or show me who you surround yourself with, and I'll show you who you are, or something like that. Like, who you surround yourself with is who you are. The average of the
5 people that you hang around with.
I think that's where I heard it. But it's like, show me your friends, and I'll show you who you are. That's basically what it is, right? So you are the product of your environment, and you are who you. If you surround yourself with 5, bums, you're going to be the 6th bum.
Absolutely.
Surround yourself with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6th millionaire.
I can't stress that enough, man. If you guys got any young viewers at 18, 21 years old, like, be wise and pick your friends very, very. You got to be precise at who you pick your friends because.
Yeah, why do you think I'm rolling with this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think I started a podcast with this, a whole business with this guy, man?
Yeah, honestly.
Because he's never going to let me fail. I'm never going to let him fail.
Exactly. The standards, your standard level is elevated to a whole plateau when you have good people surrounding you. And I gotta give a shout out to my boys because they've been
which is pretty surprising because when you hear people go into business for themselves, they always talk about like, yeah, my friends, like, you know, they want like a handout, they want something free, like, or they don't come to me until I actually made something of it, like, you know.
Never.
That's awesome. Another thing too is they said that I read it somewhere where everybody is so quick to, you know, when it comes to Jordans or Prada or Louis Vuitton,
they'll pay
full price. But then when it's your friend, you're like, yo, let me get that family friend discount.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it should be the opposite, right?
Yeah,
support
yeah.
you when if your friend has a business, you pay full price because you're trying to support your business. You're supporting each other. No, give me the full. My sister has a jewelry thing, and she was doing these like these bracelets, and I was like, what's the most expensive one you got? She's like, oh, it's this one. It's a solid gold. I'm like, give me that one. See, like, you want to? No, pay it.
You're a real one for that one.
I'm not trying to get a discount. It's your business. You started it. I want to support you. Full price.
Yeah, people won't. They'll go pay for Prada, Gucci, whatever it is, full price, and you're paying a pretty penny. But
I had all of my family members, and even if like a little, my other sister does a little like arts and crafts one. Like during the holidays, she'll make like these little arts and crafts. I'm like, give me all of them.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law started a book. I was like, I want 10 books. He's like, you want 10? I was like, just give me 10 books.
Yeah, where can I buy that, by the way? I need a new
Amazon.
I need a baby
Amazon?
book.
Yeah.
Amazon.
He's got two books that he came out, children's books. One is like a regular, just a story, and then the other one's that story, but for Christmas. I was like, give me them. I want 10 of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, I want one signed for me, and I'm going to give them out to like...
See, because you're a business owner, so you appreciate that. Luckily for me, my friends never ask for discounts or anything like that. Even my brother, my own blood, he's paying full price always. I always give him, you know, a couple watches free. He's my photographer as well. Images That Last. Shout out to Images That Last.
Yeah.
Check him out on IG. But yeah, but my non-immediate friends, they're always asking for discounts or free shit but not all of them, but my boys, man, they hold it down for me. But
see, I feel like it's kind of it's tough because in a situation like for us when we make our own cigar, whenever we're out in events or like people say, yo, can I buy a cigar? I'm like, just take one, right? But you give them one cigar, or you give them one for free. I'm not gonna give you a whole box for free, but give you one cigar free. For you, it's like, okay, I can't just give you like, yeah, here's one link to your watch chain for free. Like it's either the full watch or no. Yeah. It's not like it's not the watch. It comes in, you buy a whole box and there's 20 watches in there. You can give. So it's like listen, I can't give you one for You know.
While we're on this topic, I got to give you guys a shout out too because this cigar right here, the Blueprint, and I've tried to take every bias out of my bone because I'm like, oh, it's my buddy's cigar. Like, am I really loving the cigar? But this is honestly right here, the Blueprint is one of my favorite cigars, and I put so many people onto it.
Yeah, man.
And they just love it, man. This is one of my favorite cigars, hands down. And again, it's not because you're my friend. You guys really did a phenomenal job.
Thank you,
bro. With the cigar, and anytime, and it's always sold out. Every time I go to Massapequa, I'm like, you guys got to order more. They finally just got some more in there.
Yeah.
So I just smoked some the other day.
Yeah, they bought they bought a bunch. They shout out to Matters. They bought 50 boxes for an event that we did and kind of spread them out. But yeah, a lot of
appreciate that, Kito.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You guys are top of my list. I got to say, one of my favorite cigars right now that I'm smoking is the El Pupo.
Oh,
El Pupo.
Viva la Vida.
Yeah, that's a smooth cigar.
Not Viva la Vida.
Not quite as
but those same guys.
Artesano del Tobacco.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, not quite as smooth as the Blueprint, but you know,
definitely not smooth as the Blueprint.
So you're doing the the online sales. Now you're kind of rolling into the you're in a bunch of stores worldwide. Yep. You're doing a lot of influencer marketing, and they're getting your sales online and stuff.
Yep.
So now tell us how did you come up with all of these? Like, I want to talk about some of these watches.
So
that you got here,
cool. So this one,
they go from like the first one that you designed, and tell us a little bit about each design, how you come up with the designs. Because I remember you were telling us that.
So again, I grabbed my inspiration from whatever city I'm from. So this is the first collection that I came out with, and that is the Catalonia design right there. That was designed in Barcelona, and I came back. I designed that literally in the air. leaving the airport.
Sick, dude.
And how did you design it? You just like in your head,
pen and paper,
in your head.
pen and paper in my head, and that's how I started. So now
These are so clean.
thank you.
I know they're clean.
So now the way I design is I design on Adobe Illustrator, and then I design on Photoshop as well. So
okay. Now, do you have like a template that you start with, and then like different templates? And then...
So my design process is it's all over the place. It's always at night. I'm most creative at night. I'll start with. I still have to go with the trends too. Like I put that into consideration, the trends of the market. Like this at the time, like the quick release bracelet was popular, so you can switch out these bracelets and mix and match. You can either put a metal strap and you can do that within like a couple seconds. So I got to go with the trend sometimes, but it's usually the inspiration from the city that I'm in.
And how many different variations of watches do you have, or designs that you have?
Usually I do a collection, 1 or 2 collections each year. So right now we're going into the 5th year anniversary. So I believe I have about 6.
That's this one that's coming,
this
right?
one. I have the inventory for that, but I just haven't put it on the website. Drew, we got to do our photography. So my buddy Drew, he's a big fitness guy, and I think he'd be perfect for modeling those. I just got to get his schedule is crazy, so I haven't put this on my website yet because I gotta do the modeling and the photography for it. But Drew, if you're hearing this, we got to get on it, man. But
Drew, let's go, get it going.
But yeah, based off of each city, I get the inspiration. I go home, I play a little music, whether it's jazz music, maybe some house music. It depends on the mood. Yeah, some old school rap. By the way, Eric has some of the best taste in music. He's just like me. He's got the old school rap. He's got everything that you the rides when we used to work together. He's got it down packed. But I'll play some tunes, get Adobe Illustrator ready, and then just get to designing. And then there's a small circle that I send the designs to. So I'm very insecure when it comes to my design at first because I'm staring at these designs for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, so you almost have to like take a step back.
Sometimes you got to take a step back, and my brother's kind enough to tell me, "Hey, yo, like this is kind of whack, or you got to change this." Or my sister too. My sister is really good with that, and my buddies. I'll put it in the group chat. What do you guys think of that? Because they're my number one supporters. So I'll put that in as soon as I get the stamp of approval from my friends and family. Then I send it over to the manufacturer, and then we start the sample process. Once the sample process, so usually the manufacturer then sends me a copy, and then I'll start to tweak it. So like for this, the leather was crappy when it first got sent. It was a genuine leather. So this, I told them, hey, let's upgrade to the top grade Italian leather. Buttery smooth, smells great.
Buttery smooth, baby.
Yeah. So we now I'm to the point where the manufacturer, he's got it down packed.
Yeah. And this is still out of Japan?
Out of Japan, yep. And as soon as he sends me something, I give it A-OK, and then we get the PO ready.
So that was the first one. What was the next one that you got?
The next one is the Manhattan collection. So
that's the one that Eric's wearing.
Yeah,
so
Eric is wearing
the rose gold version of it.
The rose gold version, and then I switched it to
I like that skeleton like back.
So the skeleton, yeah. So I got different colors as well. I just don't have enough room in that box. So now I got the skeleton, and this is my number one seller. And again,
I love all.
That's the number one seller.
That's the number one seller right now. So every month I'll put an Instagram post and like the number one seller. That one ranges at $350. If you want to get a good deal, just wait till like holidays or something, or just DM us on our Instagram. I'm the easygoing person. If you're asking for a discount, I'll probably hook you up.
He's gonna step 8 you first.
Sick, dude. I like the band on. That's a unique band. I haven't seen that band anywhere.
This thing, I mean, I'm wearing one right now. This thing just shines, man. Like
it does. That's a band he's got. I might have to get the rose. I might have to buy that whole box. What do you want for the whole box?
I got you.
I tell you, I'm looking at all the ones in there. I'm like, I would wear
every single one of these.
Yeah.
I like this black one. I like the black one.
You like the black one with the blue face?
Yeah, I like this one.
The watch community, like if you're really, really into watches, you can get into like some snobbery. So
What's that silver? Let me see that silver one, top left.
Oh, that's the diver watch. So that was Saint Tropez. That was the south of France. So I was diving.
This is hella nice too, man.
Yeah, I was diving in the south of France, and I was wearing my leather band. I'm like, oh shit, this leather. I can't go into the salt water. With a leather band. I'm like, I gotta design a diver watch. So this one says Saint Tropez on the bottom. So this was designed. So this is a diver watch. You can go up to like 150 meters.
I like the
rotating bezel.
But I like how the face of the watch. It's like kind of like paint.
It's a sandblasted.
Sandblasted.
Dial,
okay,
yeah.
That's nice.
And then you can see the movement in the back.
You got to do like a. I've seen them, and I've been wanting to get one, where they have like the face of the watch is like a tobacco leaf. It's like a tobacco leaf design. I've seen. I was like, really? I feel like I gotta get one of those.
We gotta do a burn down podcast special watch.
We gotta do an Alexander Cavano burn down collab.
That's easy, man. I will design something for you.
You
guys.
do like a you can do like
how can we preserve it though? That's the key.
Unless it's like is the inside of the watch like vacuum sealed?
Yeah, you got to do it airtight. So
you could do it airtight. You put like a tobacco leaf backing.
Yeah.
Or even if it's just like a little piece of tobacco.
An actual piece of tobacco in there?
You could, like, I've seen rings where they do that.
Does it need a certain humidity level inside the watch?
Well, not if it's a dried out piece of tobacco.
Because before they send me any of these watches, they got the factory has like special machines where they dunk it underwater just to make sure that, especially with the diver watches, they got this special way of doing things. So it could work. I just don't know what. I don't want to moldy. I don't want to moldy.
No, if it's like completely, because we had a piece of tobacco in here before. If it's completely dried out. It's like a flower. Like when it's completely dried out, you just get that. It's not going to be like a fresh tobacco leaf, but you just do the color and you call it like this is a tobacco watch because it's all like tobacco colors, like a brown leather band with a gold face and then a brown tobacco face.
Yeah, like this one this one's the espresso.
You do something like that, and then you have like Burn Down Podcast and they have like your signature on it.
Don't get me excited, man. So designing is what gets me excited, man.
Yeah.
Then you're going because then you have that. Then you could be a whole nother.
Like a whole nother community,
a whole nother business or a whole nother side of your business. Like you have your designs, but then it's like, hey, listen, I also do custom designs. Obviously, it's going to cost more, exponentially more because it's a whole process.
Yeah,
but
I do that for corporate offices as well. So weddings, I do. So
wow,
yeah. It's
I saw that one. You had a bunch of guys buy a watch for the grooms.
That was my buddy John, Crypto God John. Shout out to Crypto God.
He bought all his groomsmen watches.
Yeah, he bought 10 of the skeleton rose gold.
These guys,
yeah, and I think that video, and they made the video for me too. So these guys even make.
I saw that. Yeah,
gotta love it, bro.
Yeah, that video got like a 250,000, probably a little, 250,000 views, and it generated a shit ton of sales, man.
Crazy.
So, I love it, man.
Shout out.
Hopefully we generate some sales on this podcast.
Hopefully,
I want to generate some stuff.
Yeah, if worst case scenario, we're gonna generate a new watch, a burn down podcast.
Fuck yeah.
So we're definitely gonna hook that up.
All right, so what else we got over there? We got
the Manhattan collection and
the diver collection we talked about.
Collection.
The other one is the same Manhattan collection, just silver.
Yeah, just silver.
What's that all the way one on top right?
That's the
Is that the silver one of the one I'm wearing?
Yeah, it's the silver one.
Oh shit.
Hi-yo.
With the black face.
Yeah, dude,
that was the original one I picked out.
Yeah.
And then Kito was like, "Nah, man, I think you look better in the gold."
It's funny because I like silver watch, but I don't wear silver. Really? I'm more of a gold guy.
I wear.
I'm more of like a gold and a.
You only wear silver?
Mostly silver. Yeah, I don't really wear much gold.
I'm more of like a gold, and I've just gotten to rose gold here, right? So I have rose. I'm trying to get a rose gold bracelet to match the metals. Although my wedding ring is gold, but wedding ring is like everybody knows that the wedding ring is. You don't have to match the metal on your wedding. Yeah. It's kind of like it's like a separate thing.
My wedding ring is already gold, so it just matches.
It matches good, but that's why I was like, I might want a gold, but I also like the leather.
I'm not matching the metals actually today. I was in such a rush today. It's been a crazy.
So like
day.
That's a sick bracelet. Yeah. If you get that bracelet, Eric.
So I made this bracelet, but that's another thing. See, all right, so I was hiding it. I was hiding it a little bit because I sent it to the manufacturer, and they just made the timeless piece on this bracelet is just the font is just too big, so I scrapped it, and then I just forgot to order more. But this is like accessories that I've been diving in, and this necklace right here. So I'm not matching my metals, but this is my first like I don't really do diamonds or anything like that. But I was like, you know what?
That's
Let
clean.
me. So this is the logo, just with diamonds on it. Just a little small piece. It's my favorite piece.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So now what's that black one?
So this black one, this happened by accident. It's funny that you mentioned it. So I have this watch right here. It's not on my website. It's you're not gonna find it anywhere. Somebody bought a watch from Australia, and it was so this was originally all black, but I can switch the dials. So I ran out of watches. It was like the holidays. I'm like, fuck, I got it. This is my first sale from Australia. I can't fuck this up. So I went to the guys in Huntington, and I said, can you do me a favor? Because I don't have any of the machinery. Can you switch out the black dial on the silver watch and put it on here? Because I need the black dial. So he took the black dial from this all black watch, and I switched it out from a blue dial watch. So he put the blue dial on the black. And then I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of nice.
Clean. That's
nice.
kind of nice.
But it's not on my website or anything.
Black and blue is a good combo.
It's a great combo, but I really didn't want to fuck up this order. Whoever bought the watch from Australia, I'm like, I got to make this happen. So, and I was out of the inventory, and sometimes my inventory is off on my website, and I got to like manually put it in, and I didn't hit the sold out button. So I just made it happen, and then this was created out of I guess
chaos.
That's sick.
Literally chaos.
All of these watches are sick.
They're clean, man.
Now, okay, so now what's like the people that are listening and watching? What's the the average price?
Average watch? Okay, so automatic watches.
What's the range?
The range. Okay, so automatic watches essentially are going to be more expensive because they don't have a battery. They operate off of movement. So if you're watching this and you want to get started into watches, my recommendation is to go with something quartz first. So this retails for about $225. It's not an automatic. It's a quartz watch. Which, if you're in the watch world, like snobs, they don't really like quartz watches.
And what's quartz mean? What is that?
It's a quartz is it's battery operated pretty much.
Okay.
To simplify.
Oh, the quartz batteries.
Quartz batteries.
Okay.
Yeah. With chronograph though, it's more intricate because to have the chronograph movement as automatic, it would put the watch like this watch right there. It would put it in like the $4 or $5 grand range. So
if you wanted this watch, but automatic movement,
automatic. I mean, the quartz that's in that movement, it's a very, very good movement. It's a Seiko movement that's in there. But entry level, I would probably start with this. So this retails for $225. If you want to step it up a little bit, you want to get some flair. The one that Eric is wearing, that's about $250. So it's not an exorbitant amount of money.
No, not at all. I think that's a very good.
Bro,
I mean,
because they're beautiful.
Yeah, because like when you're looking at watches, I think that especially a lot of people, unless you're into watches, you're not going to spend a couple $1,000s on a watch. Okay?
Yeah,
if you're into watches and that's like really what you're then and people like you said, the snobs, they'll have all different ranges.
That's my challenge. I'm not going after the snobs. Some people I do get some snob because they're like, all right, why would I spend $4,000 with a company that just came out when I can just buy a Omega that's been there for 40
or like a Tudor or something
for years and years and years.
That was kind of like our philosophy too as well with cigars. It was like, we're not going to come in and say it's $20 a cigar when we're a brand
people
new.
complain about that.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'd rather not sell to that person.
Yeah,
and the thing
you're going to build up your rep.
You're catering towards, and it's like 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, right? Like when you have the watches like the Rolexes of the world, right? Or the Patek Philippe's of the world, right? Or all these big name brands, right? That are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You're selling high priced items.
You're buying the heritage.
You're also buying the brand, but you're selling high priced items to a lower volume people. Like everybody and their mother's not buying a Rolex. Okay,
exactly.
You're gonna if you're a Rolex store, you might get one sale. Every maybe a couple of weeks. Okay, but then when you're on the lower end, and I don't want to say lower end too, because some people might even come up here and say, "Listen, I'm not spending $400 on a watch.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna spend $30 on Amazon."
Yeah,
but
so the skeleton goes for that's the most expensive one, $350. That one's probably going to retail at $350 too. I haven't put that on the website because it is a chronograph movement.
Exclusive.
And that's it. Yeah. And all my watches have sapphire glass. This one has a domed sapphire glass.
What's sapphire glass?
Sapphire is scratch resistant.
Maybe I was wondering why this thing looks so clean, man. Because I've been wearing this a lot, and I was wearing it like walking around my crutches, and I felt it kind of banging a little bit. And I'm like, crap. Yeah. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it looks pretty good.
It's not gonna scratch.
So, but I would also say too that these are kind of like,
if I could just say something real quick about this watch, about the scratch resistant and the way it looks. I like to wear this watch, but for me, this is like a really like high end looking watch, so I don't always wear it. So like, I only wear it if I go out to dinner or if I have like maybe even if I have business meetings. I don't know if I should wear it.
I should charge more, honestly.
You should.
But I don't.
You could charge $500 for this.
Yeah. Well, when the guy told me, the guy was holding a Rolex last week, and I was like, "Oh, let me get that." And he goes, "By the look of that watch, I don't think you need this Rolex." And I was like, "Damn." I was like, "That's a big statement."
Yeah, I've held like my buddy John. He's got a bunch. He's well off. He's made it big in the crypto world, but he's got a bunch of Pateks and APs, and sometimes like I'll hold his Rolex or his AP. I'm like, all right, mine's up there.
So that's what I was gonna say. I'm trying to think of the right words on how to put it, but this is like it's a watch that like the watch snobs would also wear.
Yeah.
But it's on the lower price range, right?
Yeah.
Like I can honestly see a guy who's okay, he has a couple Rolexes, but he has a couple Alexander Cavanos too, and he loves them just as much and just rotates them throughout his day.
What the watch snobs are looking for is what's underneath the hood, and that's what. Listen, this is my brand. I got to make sure that I'm putting the best products out there. So Italian leather, Seiko movement. Seiko's been around for many years. They're known for their movement. So I don't
Seiko
put
like mechanics in the watch.
Yeah, like I don't put like
Swiss. Switzerland.
It's Japanese.
Okay.
I do have some Swiss movements. That's special order, but it's just not my target market.
Well, like you said, the price of the watch like
it would
doubles.
It doubles. I mean, remember what I mentioned with just to get a sample was like $35,000. I'm not doing that.
So like if you were to get this watch, but like Swiss movement,
minimum $5,000. I mean, I'm going to Switzerland pretty soon I have a meeting with new factories because I'm going to start to dabble in that market. I think with watch companies, people want to see longevity, and I think that 5-year mark is that sweet spot. Like, all right, I've been doing this for a long time because they care about warranties. I get 2-year warranty on my watches, and so far no one has reached out for warranties. But if you have any issues, even if it goes after the 2-year mark, I don't give a shit, man. This is my company. I'm going to give you a free watch.
Right. Yeah. And you can even go into, like you said, okay, now if I want to start going into some of those other, okay, now I have an established brand of my, $200 to $500 and I think like that's not I don't want to say, it's not a cheap watch. Like if you're spending $500 on a watch, like go on Amazon. There's a lot of watches that are like $20. I think that's like a you if you're willing to spend that. Okay,
for the average Joe. That's
average Joe. Yeah,
that's like a good watch.
It is. I mean, $350. That you can do a lot. Sometimes that's some. That used to be our paycheck. Sometimes
that's a month. That's a month's worth of groceries. Some people.
Or you can buy $10-$30 watches from Amazon for that.
That's what I'm saying. So and then you can now if you go okay, I'm going to go into like some of these higher price ones. You can have a whole separate section of you have these like hey listen these are my regular and then I have like the luxury collection where it's like okay if you're looking for something more
that's what I want to
these watches are going to be $2,000 $3,000 $5,000 $10,000 but you're going to pay for what you're like obviously it's going to be it's a rose gold Swiss movement it's going to be
the Swiss are known for making quality watches and again I'm in that the year range where it's like all right I've established myself you can trust in the company, so we can start dabbling into that as well. But for me, that's not my target audience. I go for like, somebody that just graduated college, somebody that's in their 30s.
They're looking to buy like their first. Yeah,
somebody that has an Apple Watch and now is like, all right, I'm starting to wear suits and I want to make a switch from wearing this. There's so many people that reached out to me. Hey, I got an Apple Watch now, but love your watches. Like I got a guy that reached out to me on Instagram. And he bought one watch. He bought one watch off of the website and just reached out to me. He's like, "Man, I'm in sales and I get so many compliments on my watch.
Yes,
I love when I get these DMs." He's like, "I'm buying 6 more." The guy, I got the DM screenshot. He's like, I'm buying 6 more because I just love your watches, man. They're quality watches. Winds up buying like 6 more watches.
Crazy.
And sends me more like DMs like,
hell yeah.
He's like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, these watches are perfect for the people that, you know, you're looking to get, okay, I want to get my first, like, good watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not getting a little $50 ones, $20 ones. I'm getting, this is going to be my first good watch that I can feel good about. You're going to get a lot of compliments on it. It's going to stand the test of time. It's like, okay, you're going to spend $300, $400, $500.
This watch for me.
And you're going to get, and you know how many compliments you get?
So you get so many compliments, and you create an attachment with it. Like with watches, it tells a story, man. There's times where I know the watch that I was wearing doing my first job interview, you know, prom, these special moments in your life where you grab. I think so. De Beers is a diamond company.
That's one. Those are the ones who marketed
engagement rings.
That's
right?
Why they're so
What's
damn
it called?
expensive.
De Beers. So they're the ones. They're the reasons why we buy engagement rings, diamonds. So the reason why diamonds are so special is because of De Beers. If you're ever interested, you can watch. De Beers. Yeah, you can watch Explained on Netflix. So I want to be that first watch company that when your significant other receives an engagement ring, she needs to reciprocate that with a watch.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
That I got to figure out my marketing.
Bro, it's funny. We have that Frank Sinatra connection, right?
Yeah.
I have about like 6, 7, 8 watches, right? And
I'm about to redo my whole watch collection with these, man. Because I have a couple that I've gotten through. I didn't mean to cut you off, Eric, but I got a couple that I'm like, all right, I kind of
switch it out.
Yeah, like that's I got one. Like for instance, I got like this one right here. You know exactly the one. I got one on Instagram that I saw that I was like, oh, that's sick, but it's a piece of shit. It's like, no, what? Throw that crap out.
Well, that's what I have.
Upgrade to the.
I have like 2 or 3 Instagram watches that I bought years ago. And, I change the batteries every so on, but I have 3 watches that I wear, and it's my 30th birthday present. My mom got me the Believe Frank Sinatra watch.
Oh.
It's a square watch, super classy.
Marco's got that watch in Matador. If you guys know Marco,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I have it's my dad's tag hour.
That's what you used to rock. You used to rock that with the bracelet.
It's the silver and gold.
Yeah, the silver.
I still
and gold.
wear it to this
two-tone.
day.
Yeah,
it's a two-tone. I really love the two-tone silver and gold, and I still rock it to this day. I wore it 10 years ago when I was with you.
I know exactly what watch you're talking about. That was your signature watch and the bracelet.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's this watch. So those are like the 3 watches I really rotate through now. Like the tag hour is like my everyday, and the Sinatra and this one are like my fancy when I go out watches that I wear.
I might be getting like, dude.
Justin's licking at his chops
dude, I'm not kidding. I might be getting like 4 watches tonight.
Let's do it. Now you got to do it. You might have to buy it on the podcast.
You might have to buy it live. I'm looking like I like the second one from the bottom, the one that you said.
That was the original one that you wanted, right?
The leather one. Okay, I love that one. I love all 3 of those on the bottom. And then I'm looking at like one of the silver ones. Even though I don't really wear silver, I'm like, you know what? I got the rose gold, I got the black, I got the gold.
But it's a standard. It's a classic, just
I also don't want to wipe out his inventory before he goes to the bottom.
You're good.
Come on, bro. It's business for him. He goes on the podcast, he sells watches, and he hits the plane for Dubai. Speaking of that, he's probably got to leave soon.
So I'm excited for Dubai, man. So I put my all my inventory is paid on my Amex Platinum card, and I've been hoarding points.
Yeah,
buddy. So I just last night I used my points. I'm like, all right, I think I earned my I earned the right to upgrade to business class. It's fucking 14-hour flight.
But do it. You got.
It's got to be like what, like $10,000 for that?
Nah, not even, man.
It's points.
Yeah,
free.
it's points.
Well, I'm just talking about the cost of it because the
first class is like $20,000 there. You can shower in the fucking airplane. So it's the largest commercial airliner. There's a bar in the fucking plane.
Have you seen the first class on these like Dubai or Singapore or Emirates?
Singapore.
Have you seen these?
No,
dude. So I don't know about going to Dubai. I imagine it's like this, but
Emirates is one of
Emirates. It's a fucking hotel room.
It's not.
I shit you not. Like when you walk in, right? So there's like, you walk in, and then if you go, they have a separate entrance. Like so, when you go on the plane regular, okay, they'll have like the business class, premium economy, all the way back.
Yeah.
But then if you're on the first class, there's a separate entrance. You walk in, you go to the left, dude. There's like a whole lounge.
It's a double decker.
Okay, it's a lounge where there's like couches and it's a restaurant and there's a bar, and then you go back and you have a hotel room. The door opens up. And you have a whole hotel room. Yeah, like you have a bed, a couch, a shower, bathroom, TV, like
it's nuts.
A mini bar, and that
you'll be there one day.
Yeah,
we'll be there together.
I'm in business class this time, so my buddy made it to the first class, so he's enjoying that. But
we can do the same thing. We just got a credit card. We're putting our entire inventory on that.
Yeah,
just like
you gotta use. If you're a business owner and you're not using credit cards and leveraging points, you're fucking up big time, man.
Well, that was our next move. Because we were making our second cigar, and we're like, yo, we need extra income. What can we do? And we opened up a credit card, and we're like, all right, baby, it's time to grow.
We got the one. The first one we got was
Chase.
It was a Chase, but it was a cash back card.
Yep.
Because it offered a 0% APR. So we're like, hey, listen, we have a big
24 months or 15. Sometimes they give 12 too.
I think it was 12. Didn't matter. We were going to pay it off within.
That's
within
the key.
6
You got to
months,
pay it right.
But we're like, hey, listen, because we had the next big order of 8,000 cigars, and we're like, listen, let's get the credit card. It's 0% APR. We'll put the entire order on the credit card, and we'll have 12 months to pay it off.
Yep.
I was like, and we're gonna sell out in less than 6 months.
Yeah,
we'll just pay the thing off, and then now we just rinse and repeat.
It's the smartest thing you can do.
And then if we wanted to upgrade and go to a better card that has points, and you get all these bonus points, then we just upgrade, and then you just don't use that card.
Yeah. Chase is great. Chase is great for business.
And you get like a 2%, 3% cash back. So we automatically get 3% discount.
And you're protected too. Inventory comes fucked up. Like you have, like with the Amex, you have purchase protection.
Yeah.
So I utilize that too if something fucks up. But yeah, if you're a business owner and you're not utilizing credit cards, you're doing yourself a disservice.
You got it, dude. I
learned. We're just learning that 5 years later.
Really?
You know how many fucking Marriott points I got? Dude, I'll tell you the story about I went to Costa Rica with a bunch of buddies.
It's a dangerous place.
Dude, so my buddy's bachelor party, he went to wanted to go to Costa Rica for like 5 days.
You guys like fishing or?
We like golf and went to a golf resort, right? So the golf resort we go to is the Marriott Reserva Conchal or something. It's this golf resort, but it's a Marriott. Or it's a Westin Reserva, but it's Marriott. So we get there and there's like 10 guys, okay? There's like 5 rooms. Actually, there's 6 rooms because there was 11 guys. There was supposed to be 12. One could have been. So 6 rooms, 2 in a room. And when we get there, one of the guys gets upgraded to like a club room where they get the access to the adults only pool, and they get access to premium liquor. They got upgraded because they bought a 2-bedroom or a 2-queen room, and they didn't have any of that. So like, oh shit, well, listen, I booked it. Why don't you have it? They said, we're sorry, we're going to upgrade you. So they upgrade. We find out they have access to all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, shit, okay. So I asked the lady, hey, how do we all get access to that? And they said, oh, well, it's X amount per day. And it was going to be like another $2,500 or something. So I said, wait a second. I go, if I'm a platinum elite, like titanium elite Marriott, I said, do it. She goes, oh, well, if you're a titanium, you get it for free automatically.
Oh, wow.
So I said, hold on a second. I go, listen, so you can upgrade our room, okay? But what about there's 3 other rooms that don't have it? I said, if they just use, like, if I put their room on my card, do they get the? She's like, hold on one second. So she goes back, talks to her supervisor, comes back and says, listen, we're going to put all the rooms under your number, and they'll all get upgraded for free. But they have to be on your number. I was like, all right, cool. So they put it on my number. I get back. I got points for all fucking 5 rooms. Really? Dude, I got like 200,000 points.
That's
and it was all on my credit card. I'm like, cha-ching. I got like a week vacation, all because I'm like, just put it on my fucking number.
Man, I credit hack all the time. I've flown to so many places for free just by spending shit. But the key is you have to be able to be on top of it.
Yeah,
if you're not bad. If you're good with your finances, you will take advantage.
If you're diligent on paying back.
Well, it's like
you're gonna get fucked, man.
And you do everything. Like I put everything, grocery shopping. I don't use my debit card.
Yeah,
I just put everything on this Marriott
But you're
card.
probably good with your finances. America right now,
yeah,
dude. So last year, the U.S. utilized credit cards. It was like $500 billion. This year, we're at, someone will probably correct me, but probably close to like 1.5 trillion. And then 401ks, emergency funds, are at 35% increase. So people are spending a lot of credit and they're not paying that shit back.
You got to pay it.
You got to pay it.
You
back.
can't have a rolling
balance. Otherwise, it's money that it's not technically it's it's coming out of your pocket, but if it doesn't feel that way, if you're not paying it right then and there, you're gonna screw yourself.
If you don't have it in the bank account, like if you can't pay it off the very next day, don't spend it.
Don't spend it. I'm a firm believer of that, because I got fucked before when I was younger, probably around the time when we worked together, Eric. But I got myself into like bad credit card debt because shit just piles up. And,
Same.
You know,
100%.
And now I'll learn my mistake, and if I'm working with somebody, if I'm dealing with somebody that's younger than me, I like to just give them the mistakes that I've made.
Yes.
I feel like I owe it to them, you know?
Dude, I did the same thing, right? When I first got out of college and you get a job and you're making some money, I'm spending this, spending that. Next thing you know, I racked up 5 figures of like credit card debt.
You're going out to the bars, you're fucking buying rounds, tequila, I got this, and then you forget about it.
I'm telling you, man, I racked up all this debt, and I'm paying like $1,000 here, $1,000, and it's not getting. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was losing sleep over it.
It sucks, man. Having debt like hanging over your fucking head is one of the worst fucking
but
things.
Then you just gotta, you gotta sit down. Make a change. But if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have made. Now there's zero debt. It's paid off every single month. Like I have no debt, and it's not
your APR
trying to brag,
too.
but like it's
you should be proud of that, man.
You should, and that's why I tell you, like,
that.
listen, you just gotta make a decision and learn from my mistakes. But if you don't make that mistake, then you don't learn from it, and then you're not better off. You gotta
make the mistake, and if you're smart, learn from other people's mistakes. That's what I try to do now. I made a bunch of mistakes when I was younger, but now I learn from other people. You gotta listen to people that experience shit
to figure it out.
And figure it out. I'm like, yo, this guy's made this mistake. He seems like he's super knowledgeable, because I can tell with the conviction that he's saying. I'm gonna take what he said.
It's so true, because we have a friend who our friend Joey, the cigar host, and he built. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but I was over the weekend. He's in Jersey. I was at his place, and he has this amazing. Were
you guys there with a bunch of other people? Was it
this
like
is
a round table?
This is his house, and I was hanging out with him over the weekend, and he has in his basement of his house. He has this decked out man cave cigar lounge. He has like 8-10 guys smoking in his basement, and it's clean.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, how did you do this? He's like, well, what do you think you would do when you're trying to build something? I would Google how to build a cigar lounge. He goes, no, I did what not to do when building my own cigar lounge.
Yeah, that's a smart man.
I watched hours and hours of people's mistakes, and I learned what not to do. And he goes, I was over the top, but I knew exactly what to do. And he has this great, it's top-notch man cave.
Really?
That's how you got to do it.
That's the goals, man.
That's how
you got to humble yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of times people would just get too cocky. You shouldn't be cocky, man, especially if you're starting something new. I try to utilize people as much as I can. I love to learn. If you're not learning every day, and just kind of take a step back and just humble yourself a little bit and just learn from other people, like you're going to go further in a lot of things.
And the only thing I would say, too, is like, you want to do that. You want to learn from other people, and like it's good to do some research before you get into something. But I would also advise not to get stuck in like a research hole.
Don't. Analysis paralysis.
Yeah, thank you. Analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck in that, because then you're going to waste so much time instead of just go out and try it. And then you're going to fail, right?
Yeah.
And you'll learn from it. But so it's a mixture of both.
That's such a great point that you bring up, because this is a battle that I face. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo. So I like to do things, just try to get things done perfect before I even launch it.
We're the same way.
We
try to overanalyze everything.
Don't do that. Just put it out there and then
learn as you
adjust go. And learn as you go. I fuck up myself. Yeah, it's the worst thing, man. And I still battle. Like you gotta have a good self-reflection of yourself and understand. Okay, I'm fucking up on this. I gotta work on this. That's one thing that I know. I try to be a perfectionist too much.
Yeah.
And it slowed me down. I mean, another thing, the colognes, I've been working on that shit for like 2 years. I should have it released by now. Just gotta release it, you know?
Just release it, man.
My last question, because I know you have to hit the train before 8 o'clock, but how did Alexander Cavano, how did that name?
So the guy that gave me that watch, his name was Alexander Cavano. So when I was in Barcelona, and
shit.
Yeah. So
does he know? Is
he's passed away now.
So the guy who said your wrist is looking a little cold.
Yeah. He's the one that. And I wish I had a picture of this guy, but
So the guy that gave you that, his name was Alexander.
And he was from Barcelona.
Wow.
So that's why it was like
story.
Yeah.
So, and that was the guy you were talking about before. He said he looked at your wrist.
And I may have been like 12, 13 years old. But yeah, he was from Spain.
And how did you remember his name being so young?
I asked my family and we went back, and I still kind of remember it was Alex.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. So he's looking down like
yeah. It's crazy.
You never know the impact you can do for people by the littlest things,
dude. That's why when I meet younger people, I try to leave an impact as much as possible, because like the OGs that I come around and that give me advice, I take that advice.
Yeah.
So I try to like, kind of pay it forward, and sometimes people, they don't take the advice and they'll find out later on and make the mistake, but at least I gave them the advice.
Damn.
So I have one last question, and it's, what's the next step for Alexander Cavano? What's
next step?
Yeah, what's coming next?
So we talked about the cologne. So I'm dabbling right now. I'm into fashion. I love fashion, but I think an apparel company is definitely coming, like a sister company. I'm gonna keep this separate, but I love fashion. I don't want to do fast fashion. So when I come out with something, it's gonna be a collection. So spring collection, winter collection, it's gonna be a couple items. But I want to collaborate with more designers in New York and Manhattan, and I got some friends in California that are designers. I want to start jumping into the apparel business, but it's going to be completely separate from the watches, because I think watches are niche and they deserve their own right by themselves.
What kind of fashion?
Because I can see a Alexander Cavano tracksuit.
What kind of fashion? You thinking like suits, or are you thinking
suits is one of them? Definitely.
Okay, we got to hook him up with Bespoke Below.
Below. Yeah. Suits are definitely one of them.
We had a guy on here that Eric met on his honeymoon.
Really?
That does bespoke men's clothing. So he actually designed my wedding tux.
Really?
Yeah.
And I knew one of his friends. We were in the elevator going to the beach, and he's like, "Hey man," I met him at check-in, and he's like, "Hey man, one of my friends." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah man, my friend has a cigar company. He's from Chicago." He's like, "My friend has a cigar company in Chicago, and you guys follow each other, and his company's called Never Ash Cigars." And I'm like, "That's your boy?" And he's
That's
like,
crazy.
"Yeah, man." And we clicked from there.
Wait, now that I think about it, all right. So this is crazy. So I was on vacation at Turks and Caicos, and obviously I love cigars. I smoke cigars on a daily, pretty much. And I was looking for the closest cigar lounge. So I go into a cigar lounge in Turks and Caicos, and that's the thing I love about cigars. You're gonna talk to so many people. You got a surgeon to your right. You got a police office detective.
You got a guy who shines shoes, right?
Yeah. So I got this guy that does like shipping worldwide, and we're talking shop, we're talking cigars, and we're talking business. And then he pulls out a video. He's like, "Yeah, so this is one of my favorite like cigar podcasts." And it's fucking Eric and you.
No.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
What?
I'm like, we're in Turks. I texted you.
I
remember?
think I know the guy.
So he has his own cigar company, and I got his business card because it's one of the sickest business cards
What's
around.
his cigar company?
I believe it's called La Pela or La Palma. La Palma.
La Palma. We know.
Yeah, La Palma. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm in fucking Turks and Caicos.
No shit.
I reached out to you right away. I think I texted
that.
you. Yeah.
I'm
like, this is such a fucking small world.
Dude,
but you guys should be proud of yourself because you guys are doing something.
Thank you.
You're pioneers in the game.
Thanks, brother.
In
Trying
the
to be,
new
man.
age of cigars. I mean, I watched some cigar. It's definitely the new age of cigars. But I thought that was fucking sick, man. You're in Turks and Caicos. I like jumped off the chair.
Wait, I can see what's gonna happen for you is you're gonna be traveling somewhere, right? You're going to be in some country you've never been in before. You're going to be in like Germany. And you're going to be walking down the street. You're going to be sitting there or sitting at a coffee shop or at a beer house or at a cigar lounge. And there's going to be a guy sitting next to you wearing one of your watches.
Dude, that
you've never met before. You're
that
be like,
is my goal.
Be like, where'd you get that watch? Be like, oh, I found this company online. It's great. They make great watches. His name is Alexander Cavano. Be like, yeah, I own that company.
Dude, that is my ultimate goal. I'm giving him a free watch. Just
dude, it's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen sooner or later.
That's the goal.
It's gonna happen. And I'm telling you, and you're gonna be like, I fucking made it.
Yeah. That moment right there, it's gonna be an awesome moment. But I look forward to that. I think I'm striving for that moment.
It's gonna happen, man. I mean, we get like all the time. We'll have people that just like post that they're smoking a cigar, and it's like a guy in the middle of freaking Indonesia on the edge of his resort smoking a cigar, and he posts smoking the blueprint. And I'm like, never met the guy before. I have no idea who it is, but he purchased a cigar and he's smoking it. And you're like, wow, that's pretty. You're gonna see that. You're gonna have somebody. You're gonna be like, where'd you get that watch,
dude? It's crazy. But that's one thing. If we're wrapping up, I want to mention whoever your listeners are, if you have an idea, if you have a goal, or if you have a desire to do something, please just go after it and do it.
Yeah.
It may seem hard in the beginning. Like, people used to shit on me all the time. Like, a watch company? How the fuck are you going to do that? Like, just go out and do it. Just try it out.
Watch me.
Yeah, just literally.
Pun intended.
Pun intended, right? Just go out and do it, because you don't want to live your life in regret.
What ifs?
Yeah. And I'm telling you, worst comes to worst, you're going to learn something, and it may change your life. So,
it's a great message, man.
Go out and do what you want to do.
We gonna end on that note with my
love
friend Kito Mizo leaving us with good words of wisdom. Follow him, Alexander Cavano, on Instagram. I guess AlexanderCavano.com.
AlexanderCavanoWatches.com.
Beautiful. Where else can we find you?
And then in one of your local shops. Go to your local store.
Go to any local store. I'm gonna actually update my website with all of our partners and retail locations. So
Beautiful.
Worldwide, if you're in the area, if you want to just check out the watches, you can definitely check that out. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for the new collection that's dropping soon. That's the 5-year anniversary. But yeah, you can check me out, Alexander Cavano, on Instagram. I'm just Kito NY. I can't remember.
Kito NY91?
91 or Kito M91. That's my Instagram handle. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more content. We're traveling, things. Just a lot of things are going to be coming out, so definitely check it out. And I appreciate you guys, man. I'm proud of both of you guys, man. You guys are doing a lot of big
Hey, man,
things.
we're growing together, bro.
We're growing together. Yeah, absolutely.
That's all that matters.
Humble beginnings, right?
Exactly.
Bro, no doubt. And it's, for me personally, it's fucking awesome to have you in here.
It's a pleasure, man. This is one of, I had a really tight schedule today, but I'm like, I have to make this
Make it
work.
happen,
I
man.
got to
Bro,
make it work.
From knocking on doors in motherfucking rain and snow. We're in
liquid sunshine, baby.
Liquid sunshine. We're in dress shoes in the snow, in the fucking rain, knocking on doors.
Got to make it happen, man.
Crazy.
Got to make
we're
it
here
happen.
now. So,
I love it. So,
Kito, my friend, I want to say cheers. Chin
Cheers,
chin. So my friend.
I'm not going to tink it because it's water, but I'll do it. Cheers.
All the best, my friend. And anyone watching or listening who wants to watch, DM, message Kito. Let him know that you listen to us or watch us on the podcast. And
you know what? We'll make a burn down discount code.
Hey, let's do it.
That's it. So we're just gonna. I'll just putting out there right now. Burn down. That'll be the discount.
I'll put it in the description.
There you go.
So reach out to Kito at Alexander Cavano, or you can reach out to us. And then use the code BURNDOWN, and you get yourself a discount.
There you go.
On one of these.
We're gonna do a 25%.
25% discount. Use the code. You heard it here
down.
first. Burn down, and you'll get a 25% discount on your first watch.
Let's do it.
Listen, I gotta hand it to you. These watches are fantastic. They're stylish. They're high quality. They're at a reasonable price. And I've gotten so many compliments on you, and God bless you, brother.
Thanks, man. It's been a pleasure, guys.
This is awesome.
I had a lot of fun.
So if you guys are like this episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified. We drop a new episode every single Friday. We hope you enjoyed this. Thank you again, Kito, coming in.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And we love you guys.
See you on the next one.
Peace out.